Our top story today, the global manhunt comes to an end. Luka Magnotta is caught in Germany. Now let's recap the story that has dominated international headlines since last week, the Luka Magnotta manhunt. Now here are the latest developments. French police were said to be tracking Luka using cell phone signals and video surveillance. We've now learned that he was arrested 2 p.m. Berlin time about 3 hours ago at an internet cafe in Germany. He is now expected to appear before a judge tomorrow. There's no timeline yet on how long it could take for Magnotta to return to Montreal, but without a doubt, I can tell you Canadian officials are now en route to Berlin to take Magnotta in custody. Now, he is wanted in connection with the grisly murder and dismemberment of Jun Lin. Magnotta was reportedly spotted entering a hotel in Paris last Tuesday, but this story broke on last Tuesday when a foot was delivered by mail to the Conservative Party headquarters. It was then learned that a hand was also sent to the Liberal Party headquarters, and a torso was found in a suitcase in a Montreal neighborhood. Last Wednesday, police issued an arrest warrant for Luka Magnotta, and an international worldwide search began. We learned on Friday that the victim in this case, the alleged victim, is 33-year-old Jun Lin, a student at Concordia University. He was reported missing last week, close to May 30th. He was last seen, and police believe Lin and Magnotta had some sort of relationship. Now, charges have been laid against Magnotta. The arrest warrant does list charges, and as I mentioned, the process is underway to will be underway to extradite Magnotta. Right now, though, we have the German police, Stefan Rieldlich, on the phone with us. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hello, greetings to Canada. This is Stefan Rieldlich from Berlin.
Thank you so much for joining us. So I want to get from you, tell us exactly what happened. Tell us about the arrest that was made today.
Well, I did not have the chance to talk to the patrol car that actually arrested him, but from what I know is that at 2 o'clock local time, 2 o'clock p.m., a witness recognized him in an internet cafe and he called the police. So a patrol car was sent and they checked the identity of the person and found out that it is Luka Magnotta. So they arrested him, and right now he's brought to a police station, or he's probably at the police station, and we plan to show him to a judge tomorrow.
And so you say they were witnesses who spotted him. Can you tell me, did they call police immediately? Was there any kind of sense of, I guess, fear just knowing the details of this story? Tell us a little bit about that tip when it came in.
Well, I think the story about Magnotta was not as big in our media as it was probably in Canada. So we heard a little bit about it, but so all I know is that the police was sent there. I don't know how many. I will probably find that out during the day, how many went there and how the arrest actually was. All I know is that there was no resistance. He was arrested without resistance, as far as I know now.
And was the computer that he was on, is that being looked at by police as well, just to see what he was doing online, tracking his activity there?
We will probably ask him where he lives and all that, but everything else has to be coordinated with the Canadian authorities.
Okay, and explain to me what happens now, because the arrest warrant for him was issued by the Montreal police. He's now arrested in Germany. What has to happen at this point?
Well, I'm from the Berlin City Police, so the first thing we do now, or what we already have done, is we talk to our federal police, and they are the ones that make contact to the Canadian authorities, and then they coordinate how things go on.
Okay, so we understand Canadian officials are now on their way to Germany to deal with that extradition. At this point, though, certainly this is a victory in a sense for Berlin police. This is a man who's now been labeled as the most wanted man in the world, and it was just the keen sense of a witness who was able to bring him down and get him into police custody.
Yes, I'm very happy that the Berlin police arrested him and that there was nobody injured in the whole arrest. So I think we all can be very happy with the outcome.
All right. And as you mentioned, just to recap, it was a witness at an internet cafe. Was there any resistance during this arrest or anything you've learned more about the actual arrest, what happened?
As I said, I did not have a chance to talk to the patrol car right now, to the unit right now, because I'm talking to the Canadian people the whole day. But so I do not know the exact details. But what I can see from the report is that there was no resistance.
All right, and it has all been confirmed that this individual is in fact Luka Magnotta. There's no question about that.
As far as I know, positive, yes, he was identified.
All right. Well, I will. I know you have a very busy day now ahead of you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Goodbye. And that was Berlin police officer spokesperson Stefan Rieldich joining us on the phone from Berlin. Joining me now by phone is a former CSIS agent, Michel Juneau-Katsuya. He joins us now by phone. Thank you so much for joining us.
Always a pleasure.
So I want to bring you into the conversation here. You've been watching this case unfold, and we're now hearing it was just simply a public tip that alerted Berlin police. For you, what do you think of this case coming to an end in this way?
Well, it's not surprising that it comes from a tip coming from the public because the media were very important in this case. The collaboration and the diffusion of all the information was definitely a key element. We knew that the man was running away from the authority. It was very, very important to get in touch with the other police department through the Interpol. But the media and the general population also was very key and important here before he committed another crime and made other victims. So it worked like it was supposed to work. The general public was informed via the media, and they were able to inform the German police that proceeded with the arrest.
And it also seems that this individual, the suspect, Magnotta, seems to have left quite a trail when it comes to just the volume of information we're getting from surveillance videos at airports, being spotted on video surveillance at hotels. Talk to me a little bit about that. Really, when you are trying to travel internationally, there are so many cameras out there.
Well, particularly if you go into Europe, which had been unfortunately victims of several terrorist attacks since 9/11, the security system has significantly been beefed up in Europe. So choosing Europe was not necessarily the wisest things here for him. It was just a matter of time before he would be detected, definitely being followed and being capable to sort of identify where was going and eventually where he would be landing. That contributed very much to follow him. And again, that information was also transmitted to the media, and the media eventually sort of warned the general public, and we had a positive ending, as we just hear.
Mm-hmm. And we're also hearing from police that they were using cell towers to help track him, especially in Europe, where you can travel freely between countries, not like going from Canada to the U.S. with customs and all that. Is it much easier for police to track individuals, especially when it comes to cell phone records and cell towers in Europe?
Tracking with the cellular phone and all the tower is one mean of investigation. We knew that he was an avid user of the internet as well. That would have been another way to identify him eventually. Another way that also we could have tracked him was definitely going through the gay communities in Europe, which are very active, communicate very much with one another, share information with one another. The members are very much onto the social network as well. All those means were deployed, and all those means were sort of starting to sort of being monitored more and more. But obviously, the good old ways of informing the general public still work very, very well. The fact that his face, the story has been heavily publicized and heavily reported throughout the world definitely made a difference here in this investigation.
Yeah, absolutely. We have to thank that witness and thank the public for being just so attuned to the story. And of course, that picture's been out there. Just finally, before I let you go, what is your sense in this story? So much about the suspect was online. You know, the day we learned his name, we were able to get so many pictures, background information online. Is that unusual, especially in today's day and age with social media, just the volume of information that is now available?
I think it is a little bit indicative of the kind of era that now is starting to unfold on us. The police departments, and particularly the Canadian Police Department, has extremely been conservative previously when it came to deal with the media and share information with the media. I think there is a case here to be made how effective it can be if well used and well deployed for the assistance of the general public. So I hope that the Canadian police departments will learn their lesson here by seeing that this is an excellent example where the involvement of the media and the general public was well used through the various means of communication and through internet, through radio, television, and also the social medias.
All right, certainly a case that will be watched and will be reviewed by many for many reasons. Thank you so much.
Always a pleasure. Thank you.